So I know I said in one of my last videos that I could not afford the Shure SM7B and that I wanted it really, really bad, but I ended up somewhat, I guess you could say settled. I ended up settling for the Shure SM58. And while I liked the Shure SM58, I didn't love it. And there's nothing wrong with the Shure SM58, but if you know me, if you've been following me, you've been watching me, you know, once I get my mind set around some tech, I can't help myself. I can't stop myself from trying to find a way to get it. And I said I couldn't afford the Shure SM7B. It was just too expensive for me at the time, but I have been put in a position to get one. And I am thankful beyond words. I'm obviously I'm not speaking through the Shure SM7B right now. I'm using my lavalier mic, but I finally got my Shure SM7B. I am beyond happy. And I know it's a ton of unboxing videos, so I'm just gonna blow through this really quick. And let's take a look at this wonderful, magical microphone. Okay, oh man, here we go. Brand spanking new Shure SM7B. I got this bad boy from B&H Photo, and it was $3.99. That hurts, but like I said, I had to have it. Well, just like when I went through my Shure SM7B, it has the limited warranty information. It has the Shure sticker, which I'm sure not to use, but it has the Shure before using this product card and Shure addendum in another language. But that's not for me, so I'm gonna toss that. Got the Shure SMB user guide. Pretty involved. All right. Well, you know, I might go through this, might not. Let me just look at a couple of pages really quick. Some vital information that you guys may be interested in, if you haven't already found it. But of course, you can find this information all over the internet and on the Shure's website. So with that being said, I'm gonna toss it. And let's see what we have here. Ooh, okay. Well, let's see what we have on this side too. This is the pop filter, windscreen pop filter. Yeah, well, pretty big, pretty hefty. Oh. And what is that fell out? 3 5/8 to 3/8 mic stand adapter, I guess. Yep. Let's go ahead and put that back. Well, fumbling all over the place. Come on, let's get in there. There we go. Okay, we'll set that back there. We have the Shure Velcro cable management, XLR cable management. I guess you hook that up with your on your mic stand. All right, toss that. We have the back cover for the SM7B, and now, without further ado, oh, here we go. Oh man, wow. Man, this thing's heavy. Just like, a lot of reviewers said that I've seen, this thing is built like a tank. Man, this thing is heavy. Oh, man, this is so cool. Heavy in a good way. That is for your mic stand, and that's what that adapter is for if you want to use a different type of mic stand. But this is a 5/8, I believe, and then that's your XLR port. Man, and there is the microphone. Shure SM7B. All the default settings. I'll take a look at the settings and see what's what, but from what I've heard from other people testing it, the default settings are good. I'll leave it be, and let's just see what this bad boy looks like without the, well, can you get it off there? Well, Maybe you have to take this thing off. So I'm gonna just leave it be. But I'll put up a screenshot of what it looks like without the pop filter on there, windscreen or whatever. All right, enough of me flipping and flopping this thing around. Go ahead and set it up on my mic stand, plug it up to my Zoom PodTrack P4, see what this bad boy sounds like. And from what I've read or what I've been using with the Zoom, and other people have been using the Zoom with this mic, I don't need a cloud lifter or a FET head or anything like that, because the Zoom PodTrack P4 has enough juice to get it going. So let's go ahead and get it going. I wasn't even going to record today, but I'm super happy. As you can see, I did my intro. Intro went a little bit longer than normal, but I wanted you guys to hear how smooth my voice sounds in this SM7B. Yes, I finally got it. And the reason why I got it is not only do I want better audio for my YouTube videos, but I'm putting my focus into a podcast, my podcast. I know you've seen in my video descriptions if you've been looking, and a couple of videos I've made prior to this, I've been talking about my podcast because that's what I'm into now, and I am thoroughly enjoying it. For those of you who have come from my YouTube channel to check out my podcast, I appreciate you guys more than I could possibly explain. But my podcast is about my life as a freelancer, 100% self-employed freelancer. But even though I talk about freelancing from the photography perspective, it's not all about photography. Not at all. Matter of fact, it's just about the world of freelancing, the ups and downs that we have to deal with as freelancers, and I help you navigate your way through it. And the best part, it's free. It's 100% free. I'm not making any sales pitches. I mean, if you want to donate to my cause and help my channel out, I'd greatly appreciate that just the same too. But it's not about that. It is me honestly sharing my ups and downs that I've gone through. And instead of you going through the ups and downs just the same, I try to help you navigate your way through it. So that way, when you come across a story similar to mine, regardless of the field that you're in, when you come across a story similar to mine, you're like, Ahmed did talk about that and that sucks, but you're not about to get me. And you are able to make a right or left turn and get around it. And it's like, nope, not dealing with that. But aside from talking about my podcast, I just wanted you to hear this microphone. Yes, I got my Shure SM7B. Man, no more microphone tests for me. No more microphone purchases. I decided out of all the microphones that I did test, I kept my newer NW800. That is my backup microphone and my guest microphone. Some of the other microphones may have sounded better. I don't know. I think I like the newer NW800 best out of all the other ones that I did test. But that is my guest microphone when I start having in-house guests on my podcast. I'll be doing remote podcasts with, people on the phone using my PodTrack P4 and using the phone feature. I'm waiting on the BTA2, the Bluetooth thing, because for whatever reason, using the TRRS cable to my Android phone, for whatever reason, it just don't work with Android. I guess it works better as a lightning cable with iOS, but I'm an Android guy forever. So no matter what happens, I'm staying with Android for life. So anyway, by the time you see this video, because it was pre-recorded, I'll just be honest about that. By the time you see this video, hopefully I'll have my BTA2 in stock, or in hand rather, and I'm able to make remote calls and deal with remote guests on my podcast. But again, if not, I do have my newer NW800 as a backup, which works as a great microphone, to be completely honest, but there's none greater than the SM7B. I mean, I'm sure they might be, but for me, in comparison to the pod mic, the Rode pod mic and all that stuff, that mic sounds cool, but I don't think there's a microphone on the market that sounds truer to your actual voice than this guy right here. I am recording with it in flat settings, and I did do a little bit of equalization afterwards, but nothing to change my voice. I just, boost up the lows just a little bit, clear up the lows a little bit, and clear up the highs a little bit. Matter of fact, this is how I sound talking on this microphone with it completely 100% flat. And this is me back to my little equalization. Not much difference, just a little bit of equalization just to make me sound that much better to you guys. And that's how I'm going to be sounding on my podcast. So please, if you can, if you will, if you enjoy my YouTube channel, you will enjoy my insight coming from my podcast. My podcast is a little bit more serious, but it's not stiff. It's not stale. It's just a little bit more serious and not as loose in comparison to my YouTube channel, but just by a little bit, because I'm still going to be me no matter what, right? So anyway, thank you for checking out this video and listening to my smooth voice on this SM7B. And hopefully, I'll see you guys over on my podcast. It's called Can I Really Make It? And again, it talks about the ups and downs of freelancing, being a creative freelancer, an artist, baker, clothing designer, sketch artist, painter, chef, cook, whatever. You know what I mean? And again, even though it's from my photography perspective, it's all relative. It's all the same. And hopefully the lessons that I share in there are relatable to you and your field. So this is Ahmed with A. Roberson Photo, A. Roberson Media, and my podcast, Can I Really Make It? And I'll see you in the next video and over on my podcast.